Okay, you guys, welcome to our team call. Heather Green is going to be leading us through something that I'm certain will just be full of fire tonight. And I just want to sit back and soak it in. So, whatever you have planned, girl, I'm here for it. Please hype me the heck up. Let's go.
Yes. All right. First of all, I'm going to apologize for this because I don't know how to do the fancy things and I don't really want to take the time to do it to block my background out. It's a mess. This is our catch-all room. It is what it is. Um, but so Cass asked me to talk about whatever tonight to basically just like get things rolling. Like, I know I feel it. Okay. We're going to talk about the elephant in the room. So everybody wrap up real quick. The summer slump that I have experienced in not just my own business, but my businesses that I've been a part of for the past 8 years of being a part of direct sales. And I was going to talk about like the group I'm running, which I might talk about that a little bit at the end if you guys want to like hear about like exactly how we're going to do that because we're still kind of figuring things out. But before I dive into like any of that, any of the strategy, any of the logistics and things like that, you guys, I really want to like bring us back to more than just the product and more than just the business and more than just the algorithm or whatever it is that you're focused on recruiting to or inviting to or whatever right now. And by raise of hands, I want to see how many people are actually doing personal development. I am two hands because I do business and personal. Um, so the reason why I really want to kind of ask that question to lead into things is because we did not just start our businesses, no matter where you came from, no matter if you came from body, like I know quite a bit of us did, and no matter if you're brand new to this team, okay? Like it really doesn't matter where you're at in your journey. We did not just start our businesses to check a box. We didn't. I really want you guys to either take a couple of notes throughout the call and just like really think about these things because I did this morning before my son woke up with a really insane allergic reaction. And I was like, I literally feel like I've lived like 5 to 7 lives the past 33 years of my life. And the fact that 8 years of that has been also being a part of direct sales is insane to me. And I know for myself, so I can only really speak to myself for myself, but as a whole with direct sales, so many people did not just start this business because they had nothing better to do or because they were bored and said, hey, yeah, let me make some extra cash. No, that's not why people start this business. Even in your best interest, like I love everybody. I love you. I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys I don't know. So if this brush is anybody weird, I apologize, but it's honest. Nobody starts a side business to just chill and hang out. That's the most bizarre thing to me in my brain. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, and I'm speaking as frankly as I possibly can without offending anybody, but like I don't understand that. If I am joining an opportunity to earn income, I'm not just doing it to sit back and chill and see what happens through somebody clicking my link. Like that's not what I'm doing. In every business I've been a part of, and now I've been a part of three, so I get it. I get what's going on in the direct sales space. We started because we saw more. We started our business maybe for more freedom or more purpose or more energy or more yes for ourselves. Maybe we started because we wanted more us. I know that for body for me was what it was because I was mom of four. I was really stressed out all the time about every single thing in my life at that time. I was working full time with four kids under the age of 5, and it was a lot. It was a lot for me. But there was just this little glimmer that made me feel like I could have a little bit more control instead of just constantly watching life pass by and not make any changes and never feel like I was ever getting ahead and never feel like I was going to feel that like pure sense of like happiness and joy. And it became a feeling that I didn't want anymore. There was a lot of other things going on in the background. There was a lot of other ways that I could have gone and decided to take myself in order to earn different income sources. But this is the way that made sense in my season of life. And the reason I wanted to say this to you guys is because somewhere along the way, especially during busy seasons, especially in overwhelming seasons or hectic seasons or seasons where you kind of just want to sit back, and that's okay if that is you in that season, there was a glimmer of your life in your thought process that you believed that you could do something and see success, that you could make sales and feel really good about the value you provided people, whether they're your friends, your family, your coworkers, whoever, random people on social media, right? To be frank, I would not know any of you without meeting a stranger on social media. I need you to hear me loud and clear when I say that. I would not know any of you if I didn't connect with a random ass person on Instagram. Literally no relation at all. So there is power in what we do. Like, I want you to remember you're not tired. Maybe you're distracted. Maybe you're disconnected. But your dream and your why, it's all there still. It's all there. And your gift, whatever that gift looks like, you have the ability to impact people's lives more than you probably even realize it. And I know that full fledged because if you're somebody like me starting this business and you were or are a full-time mom, because I'm not a full-time working mom is what I mean by that. I get it because 8 years ago I was too. And 6 years ago I was too. I've only been doing full-time direct sales for 5 years. So I get it. And I understand that there's a lot of people that don't want to quit their full-time job. I didn't want to quit mine for a really long time because I was terrified. I was terrified of quitting my full-time job. But I also really, really wanted to be with my kids, and my dream was bigger. And I knew that I wanted to do something more that built my life in a way that actually would make changes. And if I didn't make that decision, then I wouldn't be where I am now. But you can also love your 9 to 5 and be really, really successful in this space. And it doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't have to be this crazy, significant, wild madness income, but it can be enough of an impact and enough of an income that you see the lives that you're changing. You see that friend that you helped sleep better and the mom that you DM'd literally in tears every single day because you were so frustrated, saw you go on your journey, and now she wants to go on the journey with you. Like, all of the little things do add up. So before I go into the other part of the topic, which is the, we're not tired, we're distracted topic, I want you to really just feel this for a second. This business is not just a side hustle. If you want it to be, by all means, but I did the math last month. And if you're not making $1,000 in sales a month, this is barely paying for your products. And I'm not saying that to be an asshole. I'm saying that to be honest, because I did the math. I did the math. If you are not making 20% in sales in this business, I need you to hear me. That means $1,000 in sales. You're barely paying for your products. And I want that to not be like a thing that makes you feel like slap, what the F am I doing? I want you to hear me say that and be like, I need to step it up. That's what I want you to hear. I don't want you to hear this harsh Heather's an asshole story. I want you to hear me when I say, I have a set standard for what I have to do each month because I know how much income I need to be bringing in. And I know that Cassie's capable of mentoring you and teaching you how to reverse engineer what that looks like for you. So that can be a different call. But you are here for a bigger reason. But this is also a business that provides a substantial income if you let it, whether you work full time or not. In the beginning, for me, I wanted to pay for my products, frankly. 8 years ago, when I started Plexus, that's what I wanted it to do. Okay. That's what I wanted it to do. I didn't care about the rest. As long as I covered my product and my husband didn't bitch at me, that's what I wanted it to do, frankly. Now, 8 years later, it has to pay about 8 or 9 bills, my car payment, my car insurance, and my groceries. That's what it has to do. And I have a non negotiable. And I want you to set that for yourself, because this is not just setting yourself up for success. This is also teaching you guys that you can have options. You can have an overflow of abundance and joy and pride for the work that you're doing and the people that you're helping. You can set your kids up with memories that maybe you didn't have, which is really important for me in this business. This is also an ability for you guys to be able to give and remind yourself that when your life gets to feel good, it's easier to do good. It's easier to give back. It's easier to lean into that energy, and it's easier to feel like you're helping people in a more generous way than maybe you're able to right now. So, with that being said, you're not tired, you're distracted, because I am too. Okay. Like, we have had these conversations with leadership so much over the past month. Everybody's feeling it, you guys. Even the people that you might see that are hitting, 25, 30, 35% are all also struggling. It's the summer slump, unfortunately. And I want to say that with love, because it all happens. Big scale, large scale, little scale, it doesn't matter. Everybody experiences the lull and it sucks. But that's our reason that we have to really lean in to the reasons why we started. So I want you to ask yourself, what are you giving your time to right now? What do you feel like is consuming all your energy? And I want you to be honest with this, because it's not, your kids are not the problem. I get it. I love everybody so dearly. Whoever's listening to the recording, whoever's on your live, it doesn't matter to me. Your kids are not the problem. Your job is not the problem. Your circumstances are not the problem, because everybody has shit. And the most valuable thing I ever heard in direct sales is everybody has stuff going on. It is not more or less important than what Cassie's dealing with that Jessica's dealing with. It doesn't matter. Cassie might have a baby while we're talking right now, but you know what? Doesn't mean that that's less or more stressful than whatever you're dealing with. It doesn't. And that sounds harsh, and I know it. I've had 4 babies. I get it. She's here. She's strong. She's got it. Whatever Jessica's dealing with, or whatever Stacia's dealing with right now, whatever I'm dealing with, whoever, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're dealing with is hard. So I want you to feel validated in that. It is, but it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. I hate summer. Okay. I hate summer. Not because of the summer lull. I hate it because I love routine. I love structure. I love routine. And my kids are crazy. My kids are crazy. I would love to have a schedule. They don't exist once they get past 5. Doesn't happen. I don't know what my life looks like day to day, and I really try to know, but I don't. And that has become my new normal. So I realized at the beginning of summer, I sat with Cassie on a one-on-one, and I was like, I want to try to do this, then this, then this, then. It happened for 2 days. It happened for 2 days. I don't have a schedule in the summer, no matter how hard I try. I want you to hear me when I say that. But when you are focused on the reason why you started, you find a time to make it happen. Whether that's waking up at 6 before your kids literally roll down the stairs and do weird things at 6:30 in the morning, or you wait till they all crash out at the end of the night, or you're doing it in bits and pieces at the pool or at the playground or whatever it is that you're doing, or maybe they're watching a movie and you might have to take a second and not be with them. And I know that sounds really like a lot of people don't like that perspective, because I love spending time with my kids too. It's my only opportunity to really like connect deeply with them is in the summer, because during the school year we're ripping and rolling nonstop. But like, they don't need you to watch Bluey with them for 2 hours. They don't need you to build every fort with each other. They don't. One thing that I have like really been connecting to is I was bored as frick as a little kid. They can be bored for 1 hour a day. I lock myself in my room with these headphones because I can't hear crap when I have them on, and say, don't you dare come in this room. Like literally, honestly, that's what actually happens. Like I'm not, oh no, my headphones disconnected. Do you hear me? We're good still? Okay, it did a weird thing in my ears. Um, that's the reality of when my work gets done, is me saying, get away from my room. And if you come near it, I'm literally taking everything away from you. That's how I get work done. And sometimes I'm responding to messages at the pool. When I was at the beach a couple weeks ago, guess what? Headphones went in, my AirPods went in, and I said to Demetrius, give me 30 minutes and I'll be with you in a moment. Like, I have messages to respond to. Now, am I doing it while I'm at the beach for 6 hours? No, I'm not. But I get rid of every single distraction, every single one of them, even if it's only for 15 to 30 minutes, and I knock it out. I clear my inbox. I put up some stories. I send a few messages, even if it's not 800 like I would really like to, because I'm an overachiever. 15 still matters. 5 still matters. And I've had so much more meaningful conversations because of doing that intentionally with the people I'm speaking to, that it's turning into really great sales, frankly. And I want you to know that that's not me like saying what you're doing doesn't matter. Maybe you need to be with your kids 24/7, or you have a kid that is a little bit more attention seeking and you can't really leave them hanging. And I promise you, you have 15 minutes a day to do something, and not just stories and not just making a post. Like, connect with a human over those things. Like, in my personal opinion, send a text, send a message, things like that. And I really felt this drive to tell you guys, like, I have this thing that I got off topic, but everybody starts this business with a more, right? I did. I don't know, like, a lot of your guys' stories, but for me, like, I knew there was something else that I wanted to be doing, because I didn't love my job. I was extremely burnt out. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. It's not what I learned in school, and they didn't warn me. And I realized after like 6 years of doing it, it's not where I wanted to be. And I went to this first retreat where I met Cassie, and we wrote these freaking letters. And it was only into our business. I'm gonna cry. Stop it, Cassie. I'm not reading the chat. I wasn't sure I was gonna stick around. I was starting to feel weird juju. I wasn't sure if it was where I needed to be, but I felt the more. Like, I felt the more. I felt the reason why I was doing it. I knew that I was helping people. I knew that I was impacting somebody. But there were times that I was just like, I just can't find the time. There were times that I felt like, I don't know how I'm going to sustain this level of work. I hit a rank in literally like a month, and then I like maintained it, and then I was ripping and rolling, and then I was making money, and then I quit my job, and then COVID happened, and then I was like, what the hell am I doing? What did I do? Like, I was terrified. But then our leader was like, you're writing a letter to yourself. And I was like, I am not doing that. I'm really bad at that and I don't know what to write. And she was like, aren't you like your catchphrase is like more than a mom or something like that? And I was like, yeah, it is. And she said, start there. So at first it felt generic. At first I was like, I don't really like, I know how to reconnect with my deeper why. I know that I don't want to be average. I know that this has changed my life so far. I know that there's a reason why I'm doing this. And every single one of you started this business with a purpose, no matter how big or small it was. No matter if it was just to make a couple $100 to cover your product, maybe it was to be home with your kids, because frankly, that is what my goal was for the long term. I didn't think it would happen so fast, but it happened. And maybe it was because you wanted to take pressure off your spouse. Maybe you wanted to help pay off more debt, because we also did that. That was really, really big for me. I wanted to get out of freaking debt. Maybe it was just to simply prove to yourself that you could do hard things and that you could be successful in direct sales and also work your full-time job or also do whatever it is that you love to do. I don't know everybody personally, but underneath all the chaos of your life and any excuse, and I'm not saying excuse to be mean, I just can't think of other words right now. It's tired. It's whatever. It's to me in my brain, excuse is just what happens. Like that's the word that gets said. And at the end of the day, it is an excuse for me because I know my deeper why. I know that I'm meant to do a lot more than just like take my kids to school and pick them up. Like, I know that I'm designed for way more than that. And maybe it's okay to have a few days where you say, you know what, I'm just going to chill today. I earned it. You know what? There is a day here and there where you did freaking earn it. And you are allowed to just chill and you are allowed to just relax and be. I am not saying you didn't earn that and deserve that. Sorry. What are they doing out here? But what I am going to remind you of is remembering your original yes moment. And what did you see for yourself? And is where you're at right now in alignment with the life that you want to build? Because when I wrote this letter to myself, I want you to know I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know what I wanted. I knew I wanted something. I knew I wanted more.
Is she frozen for everyone? Oh, hold on.
It was like, why did she stop talking? That was so good.
I was like, oh my gosh, cliffhanger. What's she gonna say next? Okay, hold on.
Oh my God, does anyone else feel like this is like hitting to the core?
So home. So hard. I still have my letter.
Yes, I actually, yeah, I like needed this because
Yeah.
listen, can I just talk for a minute since we're waiting for Heat to get back
Sure.
on?
Yeah.
Hi, Boo.
Hi, honey. Um, I have not been working in the last 8 days, like on this business. I am like in a slump right now, so I needed to hear this.
I am so sorry.
Oh, good. You're back.
My computer just cut off. So there's that. Again,
Okay.
everybody has shit. Sorry.
Well,
No.
do you want to finish that thought?
Yes, I
No, that's
do.
okay.
Oh wait, hold on, Heather. 1 second.
No, I
Marissa,
will
do you
after.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
She's on fire.
Okay,
I
yeah. Continue to spit
won't
your
keep
fire
listening to her.
because we were just talking about how we all really needed to hear this. So The floor
Oh,
is
good.
back to yours.
I'm so sorry that I hate that that just happened.
It's okay.
But gosh darn it, where did I leave off? No, chemo brain's happening. Hold on. Oh, I
Excuses,
remember. Okay. Yeah.
I think that's
So
what they
basically the moral of the story is like I want you all to hear that like you don't have to know exactly what it is that you want because that's where I was. For such a long time, that's where I was. And I can speak freely now because I'm no longer in that space anymore. I didn't align with anybody that I was working with. I didn't. Cassie's really the only one that I was like, that makes sense, but same but different, but same but different. You get it? Like, yeah. And nothing else felt like a common denominator. And I think a lot of the times when we are in situations where we're in a team or when there's rank advancements and when there's different things that we're working for, we think and talk so much about what everybody else is doing and not about the reason that's important for you. And I really, really deeply want to challenge you to do something like this and write yourself a letter and keep it. Please keep it, even if it feels so stupid. Here, you want to hear how stupid it sounds? I'm more than a mom. I'm strong. I'm capable. I deserve to be successful. I'm worthy of building a business. I'm a confident woman. I am loving and giving. I'm an amazing mother and wife. You create your truth. You are a leader. You are fabulous with time management. You are a badass business owner. Dear Heather, be a leader of leaders. I still am. It sounded weird to write that down. It felt weird, I should say, to write that down 6 years ago. It felt like I was just this like person at a retreat in Tennessee. I didn't have a team. Are you joking me? Like I didn't have a team. Like I was like, yeah, I want to be two-stone. I had nobody working with me, you guys. Okay. It was solo to Heather. Like that's what it was. And I knew I was meant for more. I knew I was able to stop for 30 minutes and relax. I knew that I was able to produce income, but I didn't know why it was going to be so important to me. I didn't know it was going to pay off all of our debt and help us sell our house and pay off our cars and help us move to a better neighborhood and move to the town that we love and that we get to raise our kids in. That reminds me of home in upstate New York without paying buku amounts of taxes. I didn't know that I was going to be able to do that. I did not think that that was what I wanted to do, even at the time. I was just grateful that I could like pay a couple credit cards off, frankly. But I knew I wanted something. And I just kept going after the something. I didn't know what it was. I knew I needed to make some money weekly, monthly, whatever. I knew I needed to be more than paying for my products. I knew that I wanted to more than pay off my credit card. I knew I wanted that because I felt so guilty every single time I bought anything. Anything. It didn't matter if it was a supplement or a freaking new sports bra because my other one had like 18 holes in it. Like, seriously. That's the life I was living 6 years ago. There was so much guilt surrounding every decision we made because it was either going to pay a bill or feed a kid or put gas in the car so we could go to work. I didn't know which was the right decision most of the time. In this letter that we wrote, we were really told to get like nitty gritty with our reason why, but I just didn't know what that was. But I kept it because as I continued writing, it just slowly came to me more that I am my own leader. And I knew it then, but it still took. And I knew I needed to continue and I wanted to mentor my team the way that I learned and create a sustainable life and show up consistently for my family and friends and for people that I was meeting on the internet and helping. I wanted to get out of my own way and my own excuses and my own, it's not that important. It's fine. I'm good. And realize that I didn't want to settle and I wanted to stop procrastinating. And I wanted to realize that I was bringing so much more to my family and to my life that I deserved. But at the time, I felt guilty for wanting it. At the time, I didn't realize that it was important to me to get out of that frame of thinking. I was so grateful for how beautiful and unexpected everything in my life was and turned out to be. Even then, even in the shit, I was grateful. Even in the periods of time where I did not know if I wanted to continue doing what I was doing, frankly. And I know some of you are there, and I know some of you have been there or will be there. But remembering that you will get there as long as you don't quit, as long as you don't just throw it to the wayside, you will get there. You will realize why it's important to continually show up. You will remember why it's important to go for the next thing, to try to earn $1,000 more this month or 1,000 more in sales or whatever it is that you want to earn that extra star bonus. You will remember why it's important, or you'll have a revelation. It will come to you. And that's when I really decided to, call my original team, the NGU crew, the Never Give Up crew, and things like that, because I didn't know what it was that was so important to me, but I knew I couldn't quit. I knew I couldn't give up. I knew that there was a reason why I continued to feel like I needed to be in the room. I needed to be at that rank because the rank didn't matter to me. I want you to hear me loud and clear. It still doesn't really matter to me that much. Cassie knows that. The rank doesn't actually matter to me that much. But the impact I can make on my family and on the people around me matters to me. And that comes through growth. That comes through building. That comes through inviting. That comes through making posts. That comes through talking to people and getting out of your comfort zone. That comes with vulnerability and being honest with yourself about the way that you want your life to look. I realized I wasn't just a mom. I wasn't just a cancer survivor. I wasn't just a this or a that or whatever it is that you feel like you're just. Stop saying you're just an accountant. You're just a probation officer. I don't know, guys. You have so much value to bring, but you cannot do it if you live in the that's enough, I'm good mindset. I promise you're not going to get there. I love you, but you won't get there if you live there. And it's not always about the perfectly curated content. It's not always about the busy. Everybody's busy. It doesn't matter. Just like whatever crap you're going through right now, it's not more important. It's not less important. Everybody has stuff. Everybody's busy. Everybody has stuff going on. So are you letting your summer write your story? Or are you going to pick up the pen and still be the author? Because the reality of the situation that a lot of us are in this summer is that we're distracted and we're letting ourselves off the hook and we're letting ourselves, I did like a story or two. If they don't respond to my story, then that's fine. Something that's really powerful is showing up in that short amount of time and being really efficient. Posting a quick story, sending out 10 messages, following up with 5 to 10 people that you've been talking to. Make a post, even if it's not great, Send a couple of voice messages real fast and put up something in your wellness page. I promise you I can do that in less than 15 minutes. I can do that in 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be drawn out. You don't need to be overthinking everything you're doing. You just have to be consistent. That's it. That's really the moral of the story. You just have to show up consistently, even when it sucks. And if you aren't going to show up consistently, you have to have value. You got to. If you're not going to be in your stories every day, talking about what you're doing or sharing what's working for you, or, you know, coming on and showing a stack of products that you love, but telling a story about what happened this weekend while you were off of social media, you got to provide value. You can take a day off. You can take 2 days off. I was blocked from posting for 5 days and it was very annoying. So I had to make my stories worth it. And I had the high story for like 6 days because people were like, where the fuck is that? Like, Heather always makes a post that does something. It was weird and I still don't know what happened, but like, whatever. I made sure my stories were worth it. Like, I did because I didn't know what the hell was going on. And I want to just like really emphasize the fact that asking yourself regularly, could you show up for 20 minutes a day powerfully? And what would that look like? Do you have something more that you're wanting and that you're wanting to go for? What is one thing that you can commit to for the next 7 days that will help lead you to success? What does success look like for you? What does that mean for you? Everybody's definition is different, but I do promise you, if you're not making $1,000 in sales, it ain't success. That's paying for your products. Which I guess is success for some people, right? Like, if that's what you're here for right now, then that is success, I guess. But like, at the end of the day, be really honest with yourself about the way that you're showing up. How much are you showing up? Are you just on your stories and not inviting? Are you just posting graphics and expecting people to respond to them? Because they probably aren't, and it's probably not happening. And I'm being honest because I have a really good following and nobody responds to the bitches. Okay, like nobody responds. I have to invite. When I invite, I make sales. Like, I could have the best content planned for like a month and nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna care. I can have really great content. That's great. If you want to spend the time and do that, awesome. But still invite and still follow up and still provide value and still reach out to people and be a human being. That's what I'm gonna say. Your rank, your income goal, the incentive trip, like all of that is so cool. Focus on your push goal. If that is what motivates you, focus on it. If that is what is important to you, you want to go on a free trip with your husband to Cabo, focus on it. By all means, because guess what? If you're focusing on that trip to Cabo, I promise you that you are seeing success in your business. If you are pushing towards that goal, that means you're moving the needle. And not just focusing on it, doing the actions that actually do move the needle. If you are getting points on that board to get you to Cabo, you're seeing success. That sometimes is the thing that you need. Sometimes you need the event. Sometimes you need the retreat. Sometimes you need that free thing. I want a cashmere sweater, damn it. Okay? Like, that is the thing that moves the needle. And I don't know why I'm that way, but I love free shit. Like, I really do. That's just the way that my brain operates. Anything that I can get for free or cheap is my name, basically. Like, that's the way that that's the way I operate. So make sure you're also defining your own version of success and not following the leader. And I love Cassie. Everybody loves Cassie. We all love Cassie, but your version of success is your version of success. But don't dumb it down. Don't dumb down what your version of success looks like just because you don't feel like putting the work in. That's not your version of success. If your version of success is genuinely going to work, coming home, picking up the kids, making dinner, making $10 a week extra with your side gig that you spend way too much time on your phone doing. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like seriously, that's a lot of the reason why a lot of people's husbands resent social media and resent social selling and resent direct sales is because you're doing it way too much and you're not actually being efficient and you're wasting everybody's time. I'm serious. It was a big point of my marriage where me and Demetrius agreed to disagree, and then I learned that he was correct and I was wasting my time and I was distracted and I wasn't being efficient. And when I learned how to do those things, which I'm not going to tell you some fancy strategy to do it, you got to do it when it works for you. If time blocking doesn't work for you, don't do it. If trying to be on a strict routine and schedule this summer is what works for you, then do it. But it doesn't work for me. So I got to fit it in where I can get it in. And something that does work for me, I can't be strict and say at this time, this is when I'm going to work. No. For me, it's, you know what? My kids are watching a movie upstairs. I'm going to grab a notebook, grab my headphones, plug in. Literally, like, I might not even tell anybody. That's what I mean. I say it to some other people like Cassie. I'm a silent killer sometimes. I don't be telling nobody what I'm doing, but you know what? I'm going to do it. I just do it because I don't have time to go into the chat sometimes. And I'm not saying that you need to do this, but if you're focused and you're laser focused on what's important to you and what matters, you're going to just do it. You don't have to tell anybody unless you want to. If you want to, by all means, tell them. But like, sometimes I have time. Sometimes I'm like, oh no, notebook's right here. Let's get to work. Headphones on, distractions gone. Like my kids are watching a movie. I have at least 45 minutes before they ask me for popcorn. That's what it looks like sometimes. So I want you to realize that even the people at the top, even the people that make it look really glamorous and really amazing are still also fitting it in when they can get it in. Not everything is perfectly curated and structured, even if it looks that way. I promise. In our last business, I was one of my closest friends. She's not in Shackley. Like she was top 10. Her life is crazy and busy and hectic, and she worked at a full-time job. And she just made it work when it worked for her. So if in my head, this is the way I think about things. If they can, why can't I? That's a thought paired with, I know I want something more. I'd have to figure out what it is. Those two things, if they can do it, why can't I? And not in a comparison game way, if they are seeing success and they are just as freaking busy as me, they have just as much going on as I do. Why can't I? If they can, I definitely can. Why not? The only thing holding you back is you. So, with that being said, honestly, you can not be both distracted and determined. You can't. You got to pick one. You got to figure out what it is that's in your way. And if it is you, be honest with you. Be honest with yourself about that. Are you being intentional or are you being wish-washy? Are you being focused on the things that are important to you? Or are you just kind of flying by the seat of your pants? Because both are okay, depending on what your goals are. But if your goals are to see success and earn income and build a business that allows you to provide more financial stability, that means you have to show up different. And if you're not meeting your bare minimum income goal, you got to pivot. You got to figure out what you got to change and you got to do it. You got to implement it. Because without implementation, there's nothing. So summer doesn't have to be the reason that you slow down. Busy seasons don't have to be the reason you slow down. can be the reason why you become more intentional and you rise. So that's the lecture I wanted to give you all, because I gave it to myself last month, frankly. And I mean every single thing with love. I do. So if you guys, I don't know, if you want to unmute, ask questions, think, thoughts, anything, that's fine. But I can also tell you about the group if you want me to.
Thank you so much. I feel like everybody needed to hear it for every different reason. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's on such a personal journey, and that's what this business is. It's personal. It's personal
Yeah.
for some reason, like you said. And I feel like we always talk about at the beginning of a new month, let's look back and where could we have changed some things. And it's sometimes a hard pill to swallow if like you feel like you worked your butt off and you
Mhm.
didn't get where you wanted to be. And then it's like, well, I worked my butt off, right? But we all go through seasons where we work our butt off, and we can all like what sets the people who continue to move forward apart from the people who don't is looking for those areas of growth. Like,
Mhm.
and I can say that for myself. I know that I worked my butt off last month. I know that I did. I showed up in the hard. I showed up when I was uncomfortable, uncomfortably pregnant. I showed up when it wasn't convenient. And I still know that with such a multifaceted business, there were areas that I could have showed up better.
Yep.
And that's just, a personal reflection, whether it's time wise or like you said, that doom scrolling or like creating content that actually provides value or some days going without providing value at all. Like
Mhm.
that's just the reality of this business. And it's not an out. We're just never going to do it all perfectly, but that's why we get to the next month and then we reflect like, all right, how could I have pivoted? How could I have changed? What am I going to do stepping into the next season? And then we do it all over again. So I really appreciated that call. Does anyone
Good.
have any questions or um I
No
know so
questions. I was just gonna say thank you again, he.
yeah.
It's nothing also that like Cass hasn't told me or probably other people, right? But sometimes it just hits different when somebody else tells you. And then you're like, oh, she's
1,000%.
totally calling me out on my shit and I need it, right?
Well,
Like
the biggest
I
thing
think
is
we all
that
do.
it called me out. Like I did
Yeah.
it for myself, and I literally, this sounds stupid. So if you saw me like looking to the side, I like evaluate myself, and I do it every 10 days. And I don't know why I do it, and I always have in business, and I don't know why I started. But I evaluate myself and I see where I'm at. Kind of like when a breakdown of you guys like seeing where your numbers are if you're trying to go for director and things like that. I evaluate, okay, numbers for director and senior director and all the things, but also commission, but also am I showing up for myself? Like, am I eating right? Am I exercising? Am I drinking enough water? Am I actually doing the things that I know make me feel good? And am I doing my devotions? And for me, the way that just I function as my own business owner, like if I'm not, I know tis significantly. And it's clockwork. And I know Cassie feels this too, because we used to get called out on it all the fucking time. And mindset matters. Mindset matters. Business mindset, personal mindset, spiritual mindset, whatever it is that you personally need is important. And if you're not doing the things that make you feel very proud of yourself and like you have a handle and a grasp on what needs to get done, I had to learn how to reel myself back in. So in my head, I just started doing it every 10 days. Like every 10 days, I reel myself back in. When's the last time you ate a vegetable? How often are you eating fucking sugar? Like, are you drinking enough water? Are you eating enough protein? Are you reading your scripture? Are you actually working your business? Like, I will own something, and this is probably going to piss a lot of people off. I didn't send invites last month. I didn't. I did really well still. But I didn't send invites. I had conversations. I did not send invites, and I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it at all. Um, I was really mad about it because I could have hit 35% if I did. So guess who started inviting on July 1st? Me. But it was my own bullshit. It was my own bullshit. And I realized it literally on the 30th, whatever, how many days were in June. I was like, makes sense why I didn't hit 35. So when I evaluated myself, I was able to see it. So yeah. Did you want me to elaborate on the group or not really? Got it. Fine.
Sorry, I could not unmute myself. Yeah, so I just wanted to say real quickly, um, we have an extravaganza opportunity coming up. Um, they're hit or miss, okay? They're always lucrative when we run them as a team. Um, and I have been through every single experience with an extravaganza where my team excels. People hit their sales commissions goals. People hit, $1,000 to $2,000 in sales in a night, get new customers, all of that. And I walk away with zero sales. Or sometimes I have a couple good sales, or sometimes it's amazing. So if you're somebody who's like, I haven't really benefited from extravaganzas, the thing about this business and the thing about success in this business is just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean you stop doing it. It just means that it hasn't happened yet. Okay? The first 5 to 6 months in this business, we ran extravaganzas. I never had a single sale, ever. But my team did. My team did. Somebody did. Somebody won. And it was awesome, right? But I kept going. And so I'm just saying that because sometimes this business can be defeating. And so if you keep going for something or you keep trying and it's just not working, like I cannot express enough, if you are doing something in this business and you are setting your goals high and you are failing to meet them, it doesn't mean that you are a failure. We used to listen to this personal development, like Heather was saying, all of the time, where it said, failure is an event, it is never a person. Failure is an event, it is never a person. It is formative. When you make a goal and you fall short of it, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It creates a formative path for you to be successful. It's what gets you there. Failure is what gets you there, okay? So it's not you. If like some of these events we just keep having them and you're like, I don't even want to do it anymore because it's not working. Keep showing up. They're proven to work. They are proven to work, okay? I wish I had, and I'll probably make one, a compilation of all the messages that I've gotten from you guys saying, well, geez, thanks for making me do that extravaganza. Don't ever let me refuse another extravaganza. Oh, well, I just did $1,000 in sales. I'm glad I did that like, just keep trying. Okay. That's what this business is. We just keep trying. Okay. So we have the next one coming up. I believe it's the 16th. So a week from tomorrow. The Google Drive should be released tomorrow, to give us more information about like what is being talked about and all of that stuff. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't start inviting to extravaganzas until about 24 to 48 hours before, because it doesn't move the needle for me. But if I ask on the day of or the day before, or just kind of talk about it in my stories a little bit, I tend to have more yeses. If I start inviting to it on the day it's released, I tend to have 100% no's. So if that's been your experience, that's also been my experience. So I wait now. I don't even try. Heather has a group. I really think it's going to be so, so cool. I want her to talk about it. And then I also want to say, another like version 2.0 of the protein group is going to start July 21st. anyone is welcome to join. So new customer bundles, what I'm thinking for it is new customer bundles is the Power Up Protein Pack. If somebody wants to do the reset, fine. I only had like one or two people get the reset, so people can choose to do that. um Current customers could join with like Life Shake Collagen Duo Pack or something like that. We can solidify those details, but it's not an exclusive group. Anyone in the downline is welcome to run it. If you run it, no, we always do a cash entry. Same thing for the extravaganza. It's a guarantee that we will have bundles sold by the end of either the night or the week, and so that's just the gist of it. I think that is everything. If you haven't caught up on the Better Body Blueprint call, please do that. I'm about halfway through, and it's been pretty interesting so far. So I'm not to the end. I don't want to talk about it until I actually know what I'm talking about. But Heather, please share your idea because I think it's so cool.
Yeah, so it's honestly as simplified as I could possibly make it. I saw another business model doing something similar, and I texted Katie and I was like, I kind of want to do this. We should change it. And I ran with it. We talked to Chatty Cathy and we figured out the way that we wanted to change it up a little bit. And it's literally a 5-day group. All we're going to be doing for it, the whole entire concept of the group is taking 5 days out of the summer, because for me in North Carolina, summer's over in 4 weeks. I mean, the heat isn't, but like life is, because sports and school. But basically, I wanted to take the 5 days and do like a simple swap, very large impact, feel good, have fun, not really crazy restriction, but for 5 days, have people pick 2 habits they want to break, pick 2 healthy swaps, if you will, take 2 products. So they're going to be breaking 2 habits, taking 2 products, and me and Katie are kind of finagling the products we're going to like encourage, but the general areas are going to be like digestion, energy, gut health. There's several others. I'll read through it in a second. And then also picking 2 healthy habits you want to pick up. So shaking up your current habits and swapping them with healthier ones. And it's for 5 days. They're going to get like a PDF on like barbecue ideas, like healthy barbecue meals, and healthy barbecue sides, and healthy sweets that are also going to be like a lot of Life Shake recipes and things like that. They're going to be getting like a mocktail guide on non-alcoholic beverages and things like that that they can have this summer. Essentially, the concept is break 2 habits, take 2 products, shake up your habits with 2 healthy habits. And it's going to be 5 days. They're going to get the whole guide. I'm going to probably do some kind of email I'm going to send them right when they get their stuff. We're all going to start in a group on the 21st, literally Monday through Friday. That's it. And at the end of it, we'll either do some kind of cash giveaway or gift giveaway. I'm actually noticing a personal in my business, cash giveaways aren't working great right now. They don't care. A lot of people don't care because they just purchase something often. Not everybody. Sometimes they still want it. But I think I might do some kind of gift for this one since it's so short and it's a little bit of a different idea. It's going to be a $100 buy-in minimum. But since they're picking 2, a lot of the products I'm encouraging, one of them is, 2 of them actually are over $95 anyways. Life Shake, which is changing my life, the new zero one, the 0 gram sugar. It tastes completely fucking different than the other one. And I hate vanilla, but I love the vanilla Life Shake, the new one. That and Trim are like flying right now for my customers, and I don't know why, but they love it. And so I'm not requiring, but strongly encouraging that being one of their products that they pick, and then a second one with whatever their pain point is. Again, it's literally going to be like a fast and furious 5 group. They break 2 habits, build 2 habits, and take 2 products. They're going to be getting all the information. I have an email already written up that I'm going to structure and send out to my email list. And I have some invites that I'm putting together for it because I started inviting to it yesterday. Just because the idea happened yesterday and I was on a roll, so I kept going. And it's gonna be very simple. It's gonna be just another thing to invite to, frankly, to create sales and energy and momentum. Because in my head, I want to do the summer things now so that I can transition to the back to school in a couple weeks, because that's the clients I serve. So that's it. But
Okay.
anybody's welcome.
And with all of that being said, you guys, you can always do your own group too. Like, I love when leaders step away and want to do their own idea. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. There are reasons why we run groups. It gives people deadlines. We incentivize them, whether it's a gift or cash or free shipping. But I want to say too, and I know we're just a little over on time, don't over incentivize and turn it into something that isn't special, right? Like, I was thinking about this over like the 4th of July holiday. Like, it's a holiday, I would normally be doing a free shipping or something. But we pivoted. We did the, raffle off the sparkling protein water, and that was pretty cool. And I got 3 new customers, just doing something different. And so just remember, like, keep your promos special so that the people who are watching you aren't like, well, she does this every month, or she does this at the end of every month, right? Of course, when you're in qualifications and you have to get creative, you do what the hell you have to do, period. If that is your goal and you are pushing, I don't care if you just incentivized free shipping last weekend and you're doing it again because it was lucrative. You get after that shit. That's fine. That's not what I'm talking about. I was there, just in qualifications, scratching and freaking clawing my way to the finish line. Pretty much for every rank I've been scratching and clawing my way to the finish line. But my point is you can get creative. You can do your own thing. You can go your own way. You can go your own path. Or you can lock arms with somebody, or you can lock arms with me, or you can lock arms with Heather, or you can come up with a new idea and see who wants to lock arms with you. There's no wrong way to do this business other than not doing anything. Okay? So you have some options. I think you said your group starts the 21st, right? So they're both the same day. Okay. So one or the other probably, unless you want to invite to both, and that's a personal choice. So,
And
okay.
honestly, it might be both even for me. So you guys don't
Yeah.
feel like you have to pick one or the other. If you want to take on 2, that's also fine, because frankly, I have to do that. There's sometimes I'm inviting to like an extravaganza, but also I'm inviting to my personal group, or I'm just helping somebody. Like, don't limit yourself
Mhm.
ever, because there's some people that give no shit about groups but just want to buy the product. So
Yeah.
they exist.
I'm gonna take a picture and I'm going to post it and I'm going to tag you guys. Pro little social media tip. Do not share what I share and just be like, squad. Don't do that. Don't reshare my story and be like, heat tonight, like, brought the fire. Why? Why? Tell people what we're doing. Did you get your ass handed to you for different accountability reasons tonight? Did this team call that we do every week light a fire under you? Do people even know that you go to a team call every week? Or are you just sharing a screenshot? Hashtag squad, right? Like, hashtag team, hashtag Tuesday night team call. Like, make it personal. Why does it matter to you? Why did you show up tonight? Why are you here? Right? Because I know that a top leader on my team was leading and I needed to hear the fire that she was going to spit. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I needed it. That's why I showed up. I'm having contractions, right? I'm going to share about that. So don't share my thing and people are going to be like, you're doing what now? You're having contract. Like, no, share your thing. Make it your thing, okay? Okay. Thank you, Heather. We needed that as a team. So let me take a picture. Everyone smile. Okay. I'll see you guys later. One-on-ones, by
Maybe.
the way, they're open to the whole down line. If you I think almost every single one of you is scheduled with me already or has said let's schedule. Um, I know a lot of you are scheduled for Sunday, Monday to be safe. If you have a call that is scheduled tomorrow or Thursday, we are tentative. We are tentative based on labor. Okay, so I'll circle back to you. Okay, I think that's it. Love you guys.
Bye.